Ruslan.
You've been consistently putting in work for a long time. Obviously, if you're a friend of this channel, you should be familiar with who Nick D is. But this is why I wanted you to talk about, like, you're in the spot where, because you've put in a lot of work, you now are getting some of these looks. You now are getting some of these these opportunities, these partnerships, and I want people to get a realistic gauge of when labels actually start calling. And
Okay.
so can you just briefly talk about kind of what happened to get a big label, not like a rinky-dink label, like a big label to hit you up, and just kind of give us a synopsis of that, and then why you turned it down.
Okay. I mean, my approach, right, and most people know this, is day by day, brick by brick, the long route. You know, I believe it creates longevity in your career. So that's my approach. So I've been slowly building for 2 years. You know, some people it looks fast, but for me, like, you know, at the rate that I create, it's slow for me still. But now that doesn't mean people don't get hit up off maybe even the first song they put out,
Yep.
right? TikTok, realistically, TikTok, I know people who put out their first song, had it go quote unquote viral, and get hit up by, like, you know, somebody Colombia, because they see the song doing, you know, 1 million streams first month, picking up. Colombia will swoop in and scoop it. You know, they got their eye on that. So it's not unrealistic for that to happen, but it's not often, right? So anyway, so yeah, 2 years in, and I finally got a song. I mean, I've had a few labels in the past, but this is my biggest label that reached out. Finally got a song that's doing well.
And it's the Pineapple song that I played earlier, guys. The Pineapple song. Just give us some context of where your numbers are and what the song did, the numbers the song did.
Okay. So it's 2 weeks in now. The song it's probably 2 weeks in like a day, or 2 weeks, couple of days. The song is at 280,000 streams on Spotify, 120,000 on Apple Music. So collectively, you know, 400,000 streams in a 2 week span. So that's great. All labels now, most labels are algorithmic based. They're not. Some of them still are, you know, building artists. I forget what they call that. You know, where they find somebody and they try to build something around them. But most labels now are algorithmic based. They're waiting to see who's doing it on their own, and then can we swoop in and capitalize on it / grow something together. So Pineapple's doing those numbers. They got hit up by a label. They wanted to do a licensing deal. So that's not signing it's not signing as an artist. That's not signing my whole catalog. That's signing the one song to a licensing deal. They licensed the rights of the song, the master, from me. This deal was 10 years. One thing I didn't like was that it was 10 years. The split they offered me better than most. It was 60-40 my way. So 60% my way. I'm just super transparent. They offered me $5,000 advance. And in my mind, at the rate it's doing now, so $5,000 is what? 1.5 million streams. I'm like, $5,000 to me at the rate the song's already going, it's not enough. But they also offered $10,000 in marketing budget and all their connections, Spotify playlists, Snapchat, Apple Music playlists, TikTok influencers, all that, right? It comes with all their plugs. So that's already 15 grand though. That's 15 grand recoupable money, which means I need to pay that back to the label before I see $1. Aside from in advance, you know, but I don't see that as profit. So after that, it's a benchmark, right? They said they'll feed me again. They'll give me another $10,000, and then as an advance, and they'll put another 20 into marketing. That's 50 grand. So in my mind, they're already expecting to spend 50 grand on this song. 50 grand money that I need to pay back. Not like I need to pay that back, and I need to pay it back out of my 60%. So I'm consistently in debt, and that's why they keep giving me an advance, to keep me in debt so that they can keep making money on the side on their 40%. In my mind, that's not a partnership. In my mind, that's still, how Kanye put it, raping the artist. So I turned it down for those reasons. I turned it down because the initial advance 5,000 was not enough to me. There is a lot of benefit if the song does blow up because I still own my entire catalog and I get to keep any exposure that comes with anything that they do, which was a pro that I was weighing in with the cons, but I ended up passing on it. And I'm going to do the same things they were going to do.
Just with your own money and keep 100%.
Just with my own money. Yeah, exactly.
And that's what happens when you are an artist like Nick with, I don't know, how many songs you got on your catalog, 100 plus songs, generating, you know, a full-time income off of your music now, 2 years in, 60 plus thousand followers on Instagram, over 100, where you at, 150,000 on TikTok, 20,000 on YouTube. So Nick has real numbers with real fans, with real streams. And to give you guys context, this is a song that's about to do like 500,000 in 2 weeks, right? And those are the numbers that are being presented to him. And again, we don't got to name the label, but is it okay if I name some of the artists that are affiliated with the label? Yeah. So this is the indie arm of a major label. A couple of artists that you guys are probably familiar with that go through this label, this arm that some of them are signed to subsidiaries. This is the same label, the same arm that puts out Migos, Lil Yachty, and NF. Okay, NF's last project. So you guys go do the research. You can figure it out. We're not gonna name check the label because we're gonna be classy about it. But understand that in Nick's eyes, it's still an unfair deal on the caveat that he has to recoup from his 60%. Why is that a problem? Because if they give him all in, let's just call it 100K, he has to generate the label 180K, right? So okay, I'll clean up the math. Let's just say they give him 60 grand advance and marketing. He has to generate them 100,000 to pay back the 60,000 that he got. You guys understand how that math works? That's what recoupable means. This is why it's not in your favor to do a lot of these deals. And this is the kind of deal you want. This is a licensing deal. This is a one song deal, right? They don't own the master indefinitely deal. But to him, he's doing the math and he's saying, yo, if I get 60, I gotta a song has to earn 100 just to break even. And I could go scrape up my own $10,000 or $20,000 and work the song myself and potentially keep 100% of the proceeds. So I'm just trying to break this stuff down because a lot of artists are gonna be like, a label hit me up, so-and-so said this, when can I get signed? Wrong questions too early in the process. What are the right questions they should be asking, Nick, when they're just starting out?
Just starting out?
Yeah, like they're in this stream. They have under 10,000 Instagram followers. What are the better questions they could be asking? Not when a label is going to reach out. When can I make money off of music? What are better questions?
Better questions. How can I get in front of more people? How can I speed up my creation process? How can I release more content? Content is king in this game. Volume. It's a volume game. I put this on my story the other day. I'm gonna say it again here. If I got 5 songs out and I need to make, let's say making a living is 1 million streams a month, $3,500 a month. Most people can live off of that. So if I got 5 songs out, each one of those songs on average needs to do 6,500 streams a day. Okay, a day. Now, if you got 100-song catalog, each one of your songs has to do 350 streams a day on average. How much more attainable is it for each one of your songs to get 350 streams a day than it is for each one of your songs to get 6,500 streams a day?
Come on.
That's why my catalog is so big. That's why it really is a volume game. And then when you get a song to pop, like Pineapple, for me, Pineapple starts moving, my whole catalog goes up.
Come on.
I went from because Pineapple shot up, I went from 18,000 streams a day to 40,000 streams a day across my catalog. So it's yeah, anyway.
Yeah, that's good. And again, it's a numbers game, guys. 33,000 streams a day, or around 30,000 streams a day, is 1 million streams a month on Spotify. 1 million streams a month is about $3,500 a month, $3,500 to $4,000 a month off Spotify. Plus, to generate that kind of interest, you're gonna have some Apple Music money, iTunes money, and all the other DSPs. So I want to bring you guys I want to point you guys to someone that's actually in this world, who's really doing it at a level. Like, look up Nick D, look up his numbers. This isn't some, you know what I'm saying? Like, again, we're not talking rinky-dink labels. We're not talking rinky-dink stuff. Like, this is real deal. This is someone that's in the position to make a full-time income off their income, and this is how this all plays out. And it's a label reaching out. The later they reach out, the better it is. The longer you wait, the better the deal. The more you negotiate, the more of your own money you have, the better the situation. It's just negotiating one-on-one, right? He who has the least to lose will always win the negotiation. And so Nick didn't like the terms. They weren't able to come back with better terms. And guess what? He wins because he's going to have another fine apple. He's going to have another dozen fine apples, right? And he's going to have another songs, and it might take 6 months or a year or whatever. But now he's at a spot where he's surviving. He's living off of his music, not to mention the other revenue streams. And yeah, man, so those are the things I want you guys to be thinking about.
Wanna operate at a higher pace. Birth pains causing the body to dilate. On a first name basis with the worst pain facing. Moments in isolation. See, I was hoping I would do this to get more family time. A busy mind and worried heart is just not where I reside. I subscribed that all that traveling wasn't doing well for my soul. Glad I never made it when my name went through the rumor mill. I suppose that the Lord knows I'd have failed.